Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox 2 video, and today we're going to be doing another episode of Coloured Solar System. So if you remember last episode, we did a remastered version of the yellow solar system because back when we made the original ones, we didn't have modded objects and most of the objects weren't really yellow. So we made a fix of that with last episode where we got proper yellow objects in and made the system the way it should be. But yeah, today we're going to be doing it with the blue solar system, the original coloured solar system episode, which started the whole series. So I've already got the background set up, but yeah, we're going to be doing a blue system today. So right, let's just get straight into it here. So the star, what star should I use? I'll go with one of the main ones here. Let's see here. Let's go with Rigel. Why not? Let's roll with Rigel. There we go. That's a blue star. So there we go. We'll stick with that. And I think we'll go with a binary. Why not? So Spicer. Now it's a little small. Anything? No. Regulus. I want one that's similar size to Rigel. Sirius. Yeah, Sirius isn't big. Like the Casa Gems. Is there any stars that are the same size as Rigel in this menu? Well, that Eta Carinae B, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Not R136. That's way too bright. Yeah, we'll go with Eta Carinae B here. I'm going to put it in a binary, and we're going to put it a decent distance away from Rigel. So we'll go with about, let's go with about 30 AU. So it's just a little bigger than a Neptune distance. There we go. So there we go. We've got our blue stars in there now. So the habitable zones, they're not even here. They're nothing even here. So hopefully we can actually have some colonized objects around these guys. Otherwise I have to increase the stars further, or make the stars distance further out. So right, first object to start off today. What shall we go with? So we don't have to use only Neptune blue. We can use any shade of blue for this, as it is just the regular blue system. So we have some Gasser objects to use as well. Quite tempted to use those because they are really cool. But as we know from previous episodes of this, the Gasser objects are quite trouble to make work sometimes. So we'll have to be careful of those. But yeah, what shall we start off with today? I have another. What even is this object actually? Let's use this one. So I'm going to place that in. Let's put it around, I don't know, 5 AU to start off with. Maybe that'll be a nice sort of distance. Oh, it's already at 2,000 degrees. Okay. Yeah, we may have to make these objects a lot further away than... I mean, it does look really cool like that, but... Yeah, I'm going to have to increase the distance, because, yeah, we're going to have them... These stars are very bright and powerful, so we're going to have them a lot further away than what they are at the moment. So let's go to orbit again on both of them. There we go. So that's set up a nice binary now. So if this runs, let's just see how it works. So there we go. So they're in a binary now, as you can see. They're a little too close, though. When they get too close like that, that would ruin the whole system. So we need to try and... well, I want it to work like that. There we go. That's better. So there we go. Right, I want to... a little further out. I want them to be quite a fair distance away from each other there. Right. So now those two stars will just be pulling each other around. So how far away are they from each other? So they're, okay, so about 95 AU away from each other. Okay, that is perfect. So, right. Now I will continue with where I was. So I want to get the, what even is this? 4. There we go. So now we can actually have them at a lot further distances. Let's go with about 10 AU. How's it survive around there? Still too hot. Okay. Well, since it's a custom system, we don't have to keep it realistic. So we can turn down the luminosity on Rigel. So instead of it being 21,000, we'll have it at, let's say, 10,000. How's that cope? Still a little too hot? Okay, we'll just have it as a blue star with something a little more copeable. So we'll put it at 500. And then with Eta Carinae, that's still very ridiculous as well. So we'll put this one at 300. So there we go. So hopefully that'll make it a little more friendly to the planets in here. So how's it coping now? So, okay, so we'll go ahead and delete it again since it's being a little funny. Right, now we should be able to actually cope a little more because, yeah, the stars are way too bright for these objects. So there we go. Right, so here is what even is this for. So it's a very nice blue looking object with insanely bright white clouds on it, as you can see there. We do have that shadow glitch in here as well due to the two stars, which is very annoying. So what I'll do is I'll just take that star out of the equation for now, so we can just have it and enjoy the objects for the way they look instead of having a star glitching them out. So there we go. That's what it should look like. I mean, it looks great. So yeah, there we go. So it's another one. It's a crazy cloud object with a very weird look underneath it here. So yeah, there we go. I don't want to drag that out. Put that back. There we go. So there we are. That will be our first object in here. So it's 164. Okay, it's increasing a bit more. So I'm assuming we'll just have to remove the water. Yep, that fixes it. Perfect. So there we go. Now, I reckon this would look good if we heat it up even more. So if we drag it a little closer to the star, how would it cope? So let's try and get around 500, just under 500. Okay, so the high 500s, there we go. I want it around there. So how would it look now? So it's glowing, or it's actually glowing as well. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, a little tad closer. Get it into this, just the low 600s for temperature. I want the clouds to slightly disappear. Anyway, okay, I want it around there. So you can see as I drag it forward and back, the clouds increase and decrease. So we want it, I reckon, around there. So 704 degrees. So obviously, since the clouds are a lot crazier than normal, they last a little longer when you increase it. But oh, look how good it looks now. And it's glowing as well. You can really see the blue underneath it. The clouds are moving. Oh, that's a beauty. Look at the clouds move on that. So yeah, there we go. What even is this for? Is our first object in here now. So there we go. 704 degrees. Very, very hot and mean looking. So yeah, there we go. All right. What should we go with next? Okay, so yeah, I think I'll go with another Rocky. I think I'll continue my trend of having a Venus-like object close to the star. So if I just search blue, there we go. So we've got all the blue templates. So we have the Neptune blue. So I will use the regular dark blue here. So this is the blue that you can get when you spawn in random objects. This is the dark blue variant, because normally you get the light blue here. But the dark blue is also a colour you can get from spawning in random objects. So I will go with the... I'll go with the half. So the 0.5 atmosphere thickness. So it's not entirely a Venus object at 1 atmosphere thickness, but it's not entirely a normal object at 0 atmosphere thickness. So this is in the middle. So I'm going to place this a little further out than what even is this 4. I'm going to place it there. Right. So I'll just name it like I normally do with these. Just 1 and then 2. So I'm not going to be, don't want to spend forever thinking of names. So yeah, there we go. Right, so number 2 here. Let's make it a super Earth sort of size. Let's put it to about 1,200 kilometers. There we go. So it's got 12 masses of Earth there. Pretty big object indeed. So there we go. So it's, yes, a blue Venus-like object. See, the atmosphere isn't the thickest because you can still see to the surface, but it's not really thin either. So you can still see a decent amount of cloud as well. So there we go. Right, the temperature right now is 197. So I definitely want to increase that. So we're going to increase the ATM. Going to put it up to 3 ATM maybe. That'll warm it up a bit more. I want it to be like a Venus. So it needs to reflect a lot of light. Let's put it to 80 ATM. Make it really like a Venus. Is that a little too much? You can see the blue clouds are appearing now. But yeah, it's a little too high. So put it to 600. No, not 600. No, 60. There we go. That'll cool it down. So there we go. Let's just wait for it to cool down. 697. Okay. Little less. 50 ATM. Want it in the high 500s. So okay. 40 ATM. There we go. Still a little too much. Am I liking the 30 ATM? 558. High 500s. Perfect. So yeah, there we go. So now we can see the clouds nicely there. Looking good. So there we go. And then the surface colours. Oh, that really makes it look interesting with the white. So I have that as a light blue, so it still fits the colour theme. So that's a light blue right there. There you go. Just add a little more to it so we can actually see it. And high elevation. Let's add some very, very bright cyan sort of blue to it. There we go. Don't know how visible those are, but they'll be under there somewhere. I think there's some there in that area there. But yeah, there we are. That's looking pretty good as well. Let's actually put it on a tilt as well, why not? Already was on a tilt. Let's put it a little more on its side then. There we go. Make it a little interesting. There we go. So that's our object number 2. Now, object number 3. Let's have a gas dwarf sort of object. So here we are. Right. So what should I use next? Got some cool blue objects which I picked up from some of your guys' systems in my days doing videos as well. So we could use some of those. So what else could we go with? Here. Let's see, there's loads to choose from for blue objects. We've got some banded objects we can use as well. Looking good. Let's see here. So many to choose. It's just, oh. Let's see here. I do want to use one of those gas objects down the road. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go with a gas object. So let's go with one of the banded objects here. So here are the banded. Let's see, maybe one of these. So the blue ones, okay. So what about, yeah, banded 50 here. What does that look like when we place it in? So there we go. Let's place it a little further out than number 2 there. Place it here. So how does this guy look? So this is a crazy blue banded object, as you can see. It's got some light cyan in it as well, but it still is a blue object here. It's looking very interesting with all those clouds. So this is going to be a gas dwarf. So we're going to put this to around 6. Let's go with about, actually, we'll go with about 4,671. How does it? Okay, so it's smoking up. Okay, we do not want that. Remove all the water? No. Okay, so we need to make it a little larger still, because obviously gas objects don't really work at this sort of size. 6,000, how's it? Does it survive around 6,000? Okay, it looks like it does. Okay, so just vary the numbers up. We'll go 6, 2, and 3, 5. There we go. So now we have a gas dwarf object here. This will be object number 3. So there we are. Looking good. It's tilted on its side as well. We've got the crazy cyan bands on it as well. Looking good there. Right, there we go. Nice blue object. So it is more of a Neptune blue, but blue is blue at the end of the day. So all blue works in here. Okay, it's quite close to number 2, but number 2 has way more mass, so I don't think number 3 will cause any harm to number 2 there. And obviously, since they're orbiting Rigel, which has got 21 suns, I don't think they'll be taking over each other's orbits anytime soon. So we've got a gas dwarf in there now. So next up, we will move a little further out. So yeah, we'll go with the light blue. So this is pretty much the most common atmosphere you can get in the game. It's the light blue atmosphere. But we'll go with a full cloudy version. So we're going to place it a lot further out. There we go. So here we go. Here's light blue. So yeah, this is the atmosphere you get pretty much when you spawn in any random object. This is the most common colour you'll get. I mean, you're probably used to seeing objects like this with that blue atmosphere. But yeah, this atmosphere is just a thicker version of it. So instead of being like this, it does look a little green at the moment, but that's the surface colour. If we put it all to black, for instance, you can see that is the same blue atmosphere, but it's just thicker on this one. So yeah, that's why it's called cloudy no and then cloudy yes. This one's got the atmosphere all the way up, this one doesn't. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, here's cloudy, the yes version of it. So yeah, an all thick atmosphere version of the light blue. And you can see it's even got the same colour underneath because they're both modelled off the same object. So yeah, there we go. Right, mass wise, well, let's just play around with these settings a bit, see what we can end up with here. I'll go with about 1.2 Earths. There we go. It's annoying how the density always locks. Can we get it to... I think I need to lower. Let's put it to 1. How does it cope around there? And if I play around with these settings... Is that going to do anything? Now this is locked. Oh, I hate it how it locks. It's really annoying when they lock like that. But yeah, okay, I'll leave it around there. I think that's relatively good. Okay, now, yeah, since the density... Yeah, I've messed around with this a bit too much. Don't know, 2 density. I'm not really the best with the density stuff. 1.2. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. That's not really too much of an issue. So that's the... Actually, no, we'll have it as a super Earth at 1.5. Why not? There we go. That's fine. So, yeah, there we go. So another sort of super Earth size object here. Now, for this guy, I'm going to make it an ocean world. So 48 degrees, a little too hot. But since it's got a lot of clouds, it would, in theory, reflect a lot of light. So we need to cool that temperature down. And atmosphere here. Okay, so yeah, we're going to have to do a lot of changing here because this guy is very interesting. So... I've got some water to it, so it should be an all ocean world underneath now. So there we go. Yeah, ocean world. That's what I want. So there we go. Okay, composition is all looking good. Right, so it's cooling down in temperature, but since it's a Venus-like object, it would have a lot of cloud reflection as well. So there we go. The ATM is very low. Let's try and put it to 1. How does it cope at 1 ATM? Yeah, it's going to warm it up quite a lot, so we have to drag it a lot further out than where it already is. So I'm going to drag it further out. There we go. It's going to cool down a bit now. Because Rigel still is pretty dominant for how close it was. So there we go. So it's got reflecting similar light to Venus. So it's at 30 degrees. So it'd be quite a hot vacation spot now. So what does it look underneath? Oh, a frozen object. That's lovely to see, of course. What would this video be without this glitch showing up? So there we go. Right, so I'll try a quick fix for it. So we need to do the usual add, remove, add, remove. So how's it doing there? Okay, add the ocean back. Okay, there we go. So, in theory, that should be all like that. So now we're going to go ahead and save it. So we'll call it Blue System. There we go. And then Remastered. There we go. Save it. And then open. So if I just say it's blue. It's a Blue System Remastered. There we go. Well, the original one as well. But there we go. So hopefully this guy will have its oceans underneath. Play. There you go, okay. So that's got it there. Alright, how's the temperature doing? Is it just going to sit at 35 degrees? Okay, looks like it is. Okay, so I'm going to remove a bit of the water. Just so I'll have a tad bit of land. Just a tiny, tiny piece of land. So go on flashlight, just so I can see all the way around. Right. So we just have to keep clicking this until we see a tiny bits of land up here. Okay, so you can see a few. There we go. Just very, very low amounts of land in this very heavy ocean world. So, stuff like that. Very, very low land. There we go. And then the colour. It's a bit too aqua green, aqua cyan. So we're going to make it a little more blue. There we go. So high elevation we'll have as white. There we go. Low elevation will be underwater actually. So yeah, I just have to... There we go. So that's blue land. An all blue ocean world there. So now if we put that on, there you go. Fully blue. No, I don't know why there's no clouds showing up. I know that it's just because they're under the atmosphere, isn't it? Very camouflaged with the other blue. So yeah, we've got an all blue ocean world now. Looking good. So there we go. So 35 degrees just sitting there. Atmosphere is, yeah, 180 m. So composition, 77 and 21. So obviously that of a stat would definitely be higher if there was more land. So yeah, there we are, but looking good. A very ocean-rich world there with a nice blue atmosphere on it. But yeah, there we go. So there's that one. I'm not going to number it yet because we can definitely fit more objects in between. So I definitely think we could fit one more blue object in here after the gas dwarf. So what should we go with? So let's just let's go with this object called Eden here. Now, I was catching my eye when I was going through it, so let's place that in here. I think this is from a recent subscriber system, if I remember right. Yeah, yes, a crazy cloud blue object. Ho ho! Look at that. So it's 8 degrees, but yeah, one thing we need to do is we need to change the colour to blue. Got to make it all blue out. So there we go. Have different shades of blue on it as well. There you go. Look at that. So there we go. Put it around blue. So how does it look now underneath? Yeah, look at that. So it's just an all blue world. It's very reflective. It reflects all the light it receives. Look at that. So the albedo is a little too high there. So we're going to lower that. So it's going to warm it up a bit. There we go. How much has this got any water? So it does have water on it. Okay. So there we are. I'm not really bothered about making this a habitable world. I just think the clouds look good. The clouds are the main focus of this object anyway. Yes, it is tilted on its side. There we go. Oh, it's rotating multiple ways. See, I don't know how you can make objects do that anymore, because there used to be options in here where you could change it with these. No, it's not tidal effects, but there used to be numbers that you could change to make it rotate in any way you want, but I don't know where they are anymore. So this object's quite unique because it's rotating 2 ways at once, which is pretty cool. See, I don't know how you make them do that anymore, which is quite annoying. So yeah, if anyone knows, let me know. But I don't know how to do it. There used to be a way, but it's gone now. So this thing's just rotating all around. So there's no way we can get it exactly how we want it there. There we go. So that is fine the way it is pretty much. So there we go. Right. So this will be number 4. I guess we can keep the name for it. So number 4, Eden. There we go. Right, then this one will be number 5 now, since we've got that done. Right, so I guess that'd work as our inner solar system. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and just make it some slightly more inclined than others. Just there. Just to change things up. That one looks so good there, that number 1. There we go. So let's get a line up of what we got so far. So we've got our big star Rigel, then all the planets down here. So here we are. So all lovely looking blue objects right there. Some are very hot, some are a little colder. How's the gas giant? Minus 243. It's a very cold gas giant here. So we'll make it warm up a little more. Doesn't need to be cold. So yeah, there we go. And then looking good. Right, now there are all of those. So next up after number 5, we've got to have an Earth-like object in here. So what should we go with for our template? So let's see. Just thinking here, any more blues that could be used? Oh, I know what to use. Alright, so I'm going to go with this number 3 object here, which is, oh no, yeah, this one here. So number 1, Lural. Let's place this in. It's a little further away. This is a city light blue object. I think I may have used this in the Neptune blue system. I can't remember. Yeah, this one is really good. So yeah, definitely going to use this guy. So there we go. City lights as well on it. So we just need to get the correct amount of water. It's also tinted. But yeah, there you go. I'm going to use this guy. Play. There we go. Is that ocean? Yeah, that is blue. Okay. It's just the tint makes it look a little more frozen than it is. Okay, so hopefully we can just leave it the way it is. How's its temperature doing? Client mode off. Client mode on. Okay. So there we go. So it's just chilling at 16 degrees. Alright, awesome. So there we go. It's also got some sweet city lights on it as well. I mean, they're slightly more turquoise, mint green, but I mean, the object's still blue, so that's fine. Surface colours, we're going to change that up to make them more blue. There we go. I guess we have a bit of green on it. I mean, it doesn't hurt. I mean, underneath, it looks like that anyway. It's got a bit of a green tint to it, so having it blue will be quite hard. I mean, I can put it as blue as I can. Still looks quite green. So, there we go. That's probably the closest I can get. So, it's a very dark teal colour, I think, is the best way to describe that. So, yeah, there we go. So, that is our Earth-like object. So, how's its stats there? 88 and 53, or 56, not bad. But there we are. That's looking really nice indeed there. Can't change the texture on that as it will ruin the tint on it. But yeah, there we go. So that is looking good. So instead of being number 1, we'll have to name it to that's number 6 now. There we go. Right, looking good. So now moving on, we'll go a little further out. So let's try with one of those brown dwarfs. One of the gaser objects. Just try it. Hopefully we can get it to work. So, actually, no, I know what we can do with that, actually. Never mind. So, I'm gonna put some gas giants in. So, I'm going to pick some blue ones in here. So, and then we'll place them in. So, let's see. Let's just place a few, all different shades of blue here. We'll just have a massive, just load of blue objects in here. Just a massive swarm of blue gas giants in the outer areas. So, here we go. That's still blue. All cyans and blues work as blue. So there we go. Right, I also have a Planet 10 I was given to use for systems. We're going to put that in here as well. There we go. So there we are. Right. Okay, they're the Rockies. Gas giants. Let's see here. No Uranuses or Neptunes though, because they already have dedicated systems to their colours. So you won't put those in for this one today. Okay. That's a decent amount of blue ones I put in there. Just seeing if there's any more. Well, we have that highly reflective object. I want to see if that will work. There we go. There we go. It's got one of Mad Planet Guy's ones there. There we are. Alright. Awesome. So there we go. Now I just need to rename these things. So we've got number 6. So this one will be number 7 now. There we go. And all credit goes to the creators who made these, because obviously I didn't make them. So I need to remove all of that. That's a real object, so we'll have to remove the name completely. So number 8. That was also a real object, so number 9. Here we go. Number 10, that's more of a cyan blue one. Then we have planet 10. I mean, this is a hypothetical planet, but we'll remove the name for that as well. But number 11, I mean, it's still the same thing underneath. And then, oh no, I already put that one in, didn't I? Okay, we don't need that then. So there we go. Looking good. So now let's get a line off all the gas giants I've just placed in there. So here we go. Right, here we are. So now we've got a whole new line of different coloured gas giants, all different in their own way there. So yeah, look at that. Nice different shades of blue in there. Then we've got our gas dwarf here as well. So yeah, there we go. I think I'm going to go with this one to be the biggest object. So we're going to buff its size up a bit more. There you go. Make it a very, very big, largest object in the system. Looking good. Buff this one up a little more. But yeah, that was our largest object now. Really nice shades of blue mixed with the white bands there. Right, looking good. So we've got just a swarm of gas giants after the last rocky object here. So big load of those guys. Number 11, you are going to have a very interesting orbit as well. I'm going to make you quite eccentric. Go. Times it by 2 a lot. There we go. Slightly different. And then further out than the last gas giant, we are going to roll with that Orion object. So this is a very, very bright, reflective object. It still is blue, though. You can see, even though it's very, very bright, its main colour is blue underneath. So there you go. That is blue. You can definitely see there that it's just very, very reflective because it's in the daytime. But before, it is blue underneath all that reflectiveness. And yeah, you can see it's blue. Blue clouds. It looks really good. Very, very crazy object. But yeah, we'll leave that just chilling out here. Don't really need to change much of the surface because it's all reflected away anyway, so you can't really see. But yeah, we're going to have that in here. So I have wanted to use that in the systems. It's really, really cool looking. So there is that. So this will be number 12. Then we can call it Orion. Not 120, we want 12. There we go. Not 10. No, I clicked the wrong number. No, damn it. There we go, 12. So there we go. And then with you as well, we'll also go with a pretty inclined, eccentric orbit. There we go. Right, and then, yeah, just make you like that as well. Okay, so pretty nice object, but that is our first star. So now we will go back to Eta Carinae and we will go ahead and include it. So here we go, Eta Carinae. We want it in the binary. We're going to place it over here, nice and far away. And then obviously we want to change the luminosity on it. So Rigel right now has 500, so we're going to put this guy to 300. There we go. So play, and they're in a binary. But that star is so far away, it will not affect any of the planets here. So that's all good. Now, around Eta Carinae, this is where I want to implement the Gasser object. So here we go. So the only Gasser we have is the cyan or blue one. So I'm going to roll with the blue one, because the Neptune blue is more blue than the cyan, I guess. So I'm going to roll with that. We're going to place it in quite close to Eta Carinae then. There we go. So there we are. And there it is. Looking good. So we've got our big brown dwarf in here now. Just chilling close to Eta Carinae there. So that is looking good. So now around Eta Carinae, since it has 2 stars, or in theory you could call it a star, it's a brown dwarf. This one ain't going to have any colonized objects. I think this one will be all about unhabitable objects. Since 2 stars in a binary with that as well, I don't think much planets would have much chance around here. So yeah, there are those. So I'm going to give it slightly, we'll make it a ridiculous orbit as well, like that. Right. Now moving on to the objects. Let's see here. What other objects could we use? Let's see, just going through them all now. Ooh, 55 can create. I mean, they just search up 55. Yeah, we've got a few versions of it. So there we go. So all of the versions that are blue are included. So we've got Zane B's one here. Then we've got Gamer Teams. So all of the ones that are blue, hopefully they'll work. So all the ones that, yeah, I'm clicking on all the ones that appear blue. Then we've got one from blue as well. Now, I'm not sure if these other ones, so we'll just have to find out if they're blue or not, because some of them, they have custom thumbnails, some of them are more red. But actually, we can just customize them to make them blue, actually. Mr. Mislot's one is pink, so we won't be able to do anything with that, sadly. Okay, so the other ones, though. Actually, no, we can throw it in. Why not? Let's just do every single one. So there we go. So we've got a ton of 55 can cries now. This one is already blue, so that doesn't need changing. This one is also blue. With the light blue atmosphere, we can give it a slightly more blue look to it, though. If we can even customize, please. There we go. Just slightly more blue added to it. There we go. Got Mad Planet Guys one. That's already blue. We've got one from blue here. That's very hot. Already blue, though. It's just a very dark blue. Okay, so Gigaman's one, we're going to have to re-customize that, because that is very, very red. So there we go. But yeah, why not feature some stuff that people are sending as well? So I've got a whole collection of objects here from that old competition. That's very hot, so we'll click play, let it cool down a bit. Then we've got the regular 55 can cry here. I can't remember who made. I think this was Gurun's. But yeah, there we go. Let's place that in there. Just make it a little more blue. There we go. There you are. To have that included as well. Then we have this one over here. So let's just place them all in. So some of them are not named, so I can't remember who's made them. So apologies for that. There we go. That's now blue. It has a white atmosphere, I know, but it's still blue, so it fits. Then we have a very red one here, so we just have it. If it's got a strong red atmosphere, we've got to have a blue surface with it. See how that looks. Okay, so let's go to it. So what does it look like underneath that red? Is it just that? Whoa, it's just a very, very deep blood red. That's a cool atmosphere colour, actually. But underneath it is, it's tinted red as well. Oh, that one is... Sadly, it's too red. We can't... It's not blue. It doesn't even look blue, so we won't be able to have that one. We've got Mark's one here. Let's go ahead and make that blue. There we go. So let's have that all looking good. So there we are. There we go. Alright, then Mr. Mislot's one is last. That's pink. So yeah, we're going to make that a lot more blue, so it'll work. There you go. Looking unique as well with that atmosphere. The atmosphere really makes it look good, actually. So just to make the blues nice and deeper. There you go. That sounds looking good, actually. I'm liking that. So there we go. Yeah, that looks really good, actually. Cool. So there we go. So now we have a ton of 55 can cries, but now the question is, will it run? Will that, or will the brown dwarf mess it up? Because I don't care if their orbits all mess up, as long as they stay in orbit. Because you can see this one's already been dragged out, so we'll just pull it further away and then auto orbit with it. There we go. So I'm assuming that brown dwarf is going to be very, very troublesome in the inner part of the system there, but hopefully it'll work. I'm scared that Zane B's one's a little too close. We'll just drag that out as well. Put it auto orbit there. Alright, there we go. It's cooled down a bit as well. So we go. So we've just got a ton of 55 can cries around there, but they're all blue. All of the ones in here are blue, so they all fit the criteria. Then we'll also change the orbits up so it doesn't look like they've all just been spawned in a hurry. So there we go. Slightly different orbits. There we go. Just to make it a little more unique. So we've got 2 systems here. They're all fine. They're wobbling, but that's fine. There we are. And actually, you know what? Just to save the trouble, we will put the gasser further out, just in case, just to be safe. So we'll just have the gasser very, very far out. It won't be orbiting Rigel, though. It will still orbit 50 or Eta Carinae, sorry. So we'll just have it out there. There you go. And that will pretty much stop all of the orbits from having too much trouble. Already, it's looking better. So there we go. Gigaman seems a little unstable out here, so we'll just drag it back in. Also orbit there. Okay, there we go. So hopefully that'll be a lot more stable now without that brown dwarf. So then we'll just check the mass on all of these guys as well. Just make sure none of them are just too ridiculous. Why does Gigaman's one keep wobbling? How much mass has it got? 8.4. We'll put it to 1 Earth. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Why is that one's orbit's getting stretched out? That's weird. Okay, I'll place it in again. So there we go. It was Gigaman's one, wasn't it? There we go. So let's put it back in there. Why does that one keep shooting out? Okay, we'll put it close to the star then. There's no way it'll get shot out then, right? So, here we go. There. Okay. I think I know why. Is this position locked? Let's have a look. Rotate. No, is it? We want position lock. Is it down here, isn't it? Yeah, turn that off. There you go. Right, now it will be... There you go. That's fine. So that's just why. Had position lock on. That's not what you want. So there you go. Looking good. Right, and then Gasser Blue is very far out. We'll have it a little closer now since it's fine. Move it. There you go. That shouldn't have too much interruptions with the other objects. So there you go. And there's no way that's going to orbit Rigel anytime soon. So that's fine. So there we go. We've got a whole 55 Cancri system here. So since this is the second star, we'll call it B1 onwards. So B1, B2, and this one will be B3. Here we are. B4. There we go. This one will be B5. B6. So yeah, it's good to get some reuse out of some of these objects which were made for the competition there. So, okay, B7. There we go. All blue now. B8. Here we are. And then this would be B9. Like that. And then B10 will, in theory, be Gasser Blue. So B10. There you go. So that is now that added. But we'll have a gas giant orbit in here as well. So it's too many Rockies. We have the brown dwarf gas giant object there. But yeah, we'll have a gas giant in here as well. So let's use the blue screen of death color. There we go. So let's put that in there. Yeah, BSOD, the blue screen of death. So there we go. Just a dark blue object. Okay, so this will be B10 now. And that will be B11. Okay, there we go. So that is a big amount of blue objects in a binary there. Alright, so I think that will do it for this system. So, yeah, I won't bother including any asteroids or rings just for lag purposes. Because like I said before, I like my simulations to run. So go ahead and give that a save. Right, now let's get a lineup of all the objects. So here we go. So we've got obviously Rigel, Eta Carinae here. Then we've got our brown dwarf, which dominates everything else. Then we've got our largest object here. So that's number 9. So most of the large objects are orbiting the main star of Rigel. So there we go. So then we have B10 there. Then we have that was the Planet 10 object. Then we've got all of the 55 Cancris. They're all very similar in size, because that's to be expected. So there we go. Then we got my Earth-like object, looking very nice indeed. Then we've got the ocean world there. That's more the other 55 Cancris. Then we've got the very, very reflective Orion there. We've got B3, B4. There we go. That one is actually looking really nice now. I mean, I think this is a gas giant texture underneath as well. Yeah, it is. Looking very nice. Then we have this one here, number 3. What's happened to you? Why is it looking... Is it atmosphere? Yeah. Wait, what's happened to this? That's around... This is around Rigel. What's happened to this? This wasn't like that before. I can't remember what I did. So we have number 1 there. That's fine. Number 2 was the... Yeah, that. Number 3... Ah, that was a gas giant, wasn't it? It was, yeah. So it lost all its mass at some point. Yeah, it just blew up. So we're going to have to make it a little bigger then. If that's the case. That's way too much. Damn. I guess we'll have to have it around there then. Control D. Still smoking? Seriously? Come on, man. Why are you still doing it? You got a lot of masses of Earth there. Don't ruin it now. We're at the end of the video. Come on. Surely at 40... There you go. Alright. That should be alright. Yep, there's no way that's going to affect anything else. Okay, so that's fixed. I was going to wonder, why didn't it have the... Why was it just grey? Yeah, there we go. So now that's fixed. There we go. So it's a little bigger in size, our little gas dwarf there. This one's a little bigger as well, another gas dwarf. Well, it's not really a gas dwarf, actually. They're not really gas dwarfs at all. They're all actually pretty big now. So there we go. So we got... These are all pretty much larger than Earth as well. And we've got these two, which is smaller. But yeah, those cloud objects are looking really, really good. So yeah, there we go, guys. That is it for the Blue Solar System Remastered. So let me know what you thought down below of this system. And yeah, I hope this is a big improvement over the original system. But yeah, let's go ahead and quickly save this one once again. Get a cool thumbnail for it as well. Yeah, we'll go ahead and save this again, then we'll go ahead and compare it to the original Blue Solar System and just see the difference. So, right, this is the Blue Solar System with modded objects in the present day of Universe Sandbox with all the wonderful techniques we have. But if we go back in the day, which was, I think I've made this in 2017, the original Blue System here, we compare it in the day when modding didn't exist, no one could mod at this point. This is what we had. So we've got our 2 stars, Eta Carinae 8 and the Pistol Star. Then we got Big Rock here with a blue atmosphere. Then we got some, yep, this is a random spawn gas giant. We've got the Uranus, we've got Neptune, we've got Planet 9. And then we just have a bunch of other colonized blue objects. I mean, we have an Earth as well because it's blue. We've got a green one here. And yeah, that's about it. Nothing else. That was all we had back then. So yeah, massive improvements over the original Blue Solar Systems. Hopefully the remastered edition does, I think it definitely does live up to its name actually, for being a whole lot better, because yeah, we got a lot of new objects in here, really, really cool stuff. And obviously a massive thanks to everyone who has sent in objects over time and the ones I use in here as well. Obviously thanks to everyone who sent in the 55 Cancroes to that competition back then, because I've used all of those, apart from one which was unusable since it was red, sadly, so apologies for that. But yeah, all of the objects here, a lot of these were made by you guys, so massive thanks to everyone who has ever sent in objects, because they've always been big help for making systems like this. But yeah, there we go, guys. But yeah, if you want me to do another colour, maybe another remastered version, or just another colour in general, what I haven't done yet, make sure to check out my playlist to see if I've done the colour already. So yeah, just go to the playlist and then you'll see the coloured solar systems there. But yeah, if you want me to do any other system coloured remasters, I think in purple or orange or something like that, red, definitely red actually, that needs doing. But yeah, just let me know what systems you want to see in the next episode. And yeah, guys, that is everything. So let's see if we can go for 40 likes for the remastered blue system. And yeah, make sure you all have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.